Broken Tool Garage. This is my YouTube channel where I go over the projects that I work on, the do-it-yourself projects, take the broken tools that I got and fix them. So if you're just joining, I'm in the middle of a series of putting my 5.0 Fox Mustang upper engine back together. I did a cam change, I rebuilt the cylinder heads on the shelf back here, and I'm getting all that put together, and this video is going to go over the Valvetrain components, which is the rocker arms in specific. So the rocker arms I'm using are the Proform rocker arms, the 1.7 ratio, and they're fully rollerized. I'll be showing how to put those on this car, and then we'll get back to it. So let's get started. Okay, I want to take a little bit of time to go over these Proform rocker arms that I have right here. So why are these called rocker arms? Because they rock back and forth. So on this end, you got a push rod, right? That you got the cam over here that has a little eccentric lobe, and it comes up and it pushes on the lifter, which pushes on the push rod, which then pushes this up. On this end, you got your valve spring and your valve, right? And the valve needs to be pushed down so it opens up. It's like turning a faucet on and off. So you have the top of the valve right here. It pushes it down as it comes up. And then the spring is what makes it come back and spring back. So on these rocker arms, what they have is a roller tip on here. The factory ones don't have that. It just, it's just like a piece of metal. It just slides on it, right? So the roller, in theory, should free up a lot of energy. These are also a ratio of 1.7. So that means that for my input over here, you see the little short end right here? This is one from the center line, from here to that center line, compared to this center line to there, is 1.7 times more. So that means whenever I push up on this end, if I push up 1 inch here, I'll get 1.7 inches of travel over on this end, right? It just works as a fulcrum. So again, 1 inch of travel here is 1.7 inches of travel here. That's what that means. Alright, so this actually has the little roller piece in here for its fulcrum point. This is one I'm not too happy about on these, and it's just something I got to work with. On this side you got a flat, and that's what the bolt goes into. On this side it's rounded, so that's where the little pedestal mount. It's called a pedestal mount because it's a pedestal. It fits in there. Here's where I don't like it. Whenever I'm tightening it down, when it's loose and it goes up in there, it can get out of misalignment like that, right? Until it finally tightens down. So you got to have it pretty squared up for it to pull itself into position. So I'll show you that here in a second, actually on the car. The pedestal just goes into the little rail. Make sure that the flat, I don't know if you can see that in there, the flat part's up, so the round part's down to go onto the pedestal. And then it's just torqued down onto the car. Alright, I'm going to show you a real life example here in a second. So, I got the cylinder heads on right here, and that's these babies right here that bolt onto the block that hold the valves. And it also has the ports right here for where the gas and air comes in. And then it has the exhaust ports right down here where this header, which is covering the exhaust port, is on. So both cylinder heads are on. Show you the exhaust port over here. So here's where the exhaust comes out right here, which, this is the valve spring and valve, right? So that opens up that let the gas out, and then the intake valve, like over there, it opens up to allow the gas to come in. Got all my accessories on. So here's my power steering, it's on, the AC's on. I need to clean the floor up a little bit. My charging system, there's an alternator, it's on. Want to point out, I did upgrade to the 3G, and I got this charge wire out of the junkyard off a Ford, I just had the word in my head. I always forget the name of that bugger. I think it's Escort, the sedan station wagon bugger. Anyways, that actually routes all the way around and comes out over here. So this is it was a perfect length for the Fox body, and it's routed the same way. So what's next? I need to get my lifters in. It's right here. That sits on the camshaft and lifts up. My push rod's in. I don't have one of those handy. Finished getting my rockers on. They call them rockers because they rock. See? So once I get all that buttoned up, I'm going to put my distributor in, which controls the fire, which goes right here. I have the engine in time where I want it, so I want to put that in before I turn the engine over, right? Because if I turn it over, it'll move it. Once I get that done, I can kind of check my Valvetrain and make sure there's no big deals with the 1.7 rockers all in place and locked down correctly. And that's a whole lot of work to do. I don't know if I actually get to do all that tonight. But if I do and it looks good, I'll put the valve covers on, which is the cover that covers all my valves and Valvetrain, right? Alright, well, I'm going to get back to break, and then I got a whole lot to do. Okay, I was trying to use my suction cup mount to mount to the hood to show you this, but it doesn't stick to metal apparently. So, I'll put them on together just because it's a little easier. Pick the one all the way in the back. That's the hardest to reach to show you, but they all got to go together. Okay, I got them both started, and you see how it's loose, and it can just be all kinds of out of alignment, right? So when you do put these on, make sure that you get the socket in the push rod. I think that's the bigger or the more important thing. And what I like to do is just take the little tool, which is it's actually a metric hold down nut. So I had to buy a set of those to get these torqued in. Well, I want a standard thread and a metric head. It's pick one, you know. Come on, guys, pick one. All right, so I'm getting this tightened down. Okay, so it's pretty much locked into place there as I brought it down. So I'll do another one. I've got it kind of squared up. I'm running a nut down. I'm going to have to get the ratchet on this just a little bit more than what I can do by hand. Okay, still move it a little bit. See, that's what I don't like about them right there. They get into a weird area where they can slide off the valve, and I could actually tighten it down and torque it down like that if I wasn't paying any attention. So there it is. It should come on in and lock itself into place. Okay, there it is. Oh, nope. See, even though it's somewhat tight, I can still move it. So you guys got to be very careful. I'll continue fighting with it, but you got to be very careful about putting these on so that you get squared up. But once it starts pulling together, it'll self-align. Alright, well that about wraps it up right there. So that's how to put rocker arms on a 5.0 Mustang. The ones I have used for this is a Proform roller rocker that were used. I've had them on the car for a number of years. I'm just reinstalling them on there. So that's the techniques that I found to get those on with the pedals to mount rocker. So that'll get the car going. What I have left is installing the intake manifold, the exhaust, and then we'll get it out to the track and go have some fun in it. So see you next time on Broken Tool Garage.